Hello. So I've got this idea for this video series from one of my lovely clients whose son is about to start volleyball. So I wanted to create a quick routine you could do at the end of the day before you watch TV or after dinner, something that would be helpful for young athletes or any athlete, especially volleyball players. So just very simple, we're going to start with some spinal flexibility and hamstring flexibility, especially if you are in the midst of growing. Things can get a little bit tight. So we're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Very classical Pilates exercise. Bend the knees if you need. Hang like a rag doll at the ground. And then pull that belly button to spine as you stack that spine up. All the way, really stacking the spine, getting nice and tall. Head is the last thing to come up. And then we're going to repeat that. So take that chin to chest, belly in, start to roll down, really massaging the spine on the way down. This time we'll go down with bent knees because we're just getting warm. But then when we get down there at the bottom, let your legs straighten out to wherever that feels comfortable. Maybe you're up a little bit. Maybe you can be in a forward fold all the way down, and then pull the belly in and roll yourself back up all the way nice and tall. So now we're going to continue with the hamstring and get into a little bit of core. It's important for that core to be connected. Rolling down in any sports or activities you're going to do. I'm just going to keep my legs straight this time, and I'm going to take 3 steps to get out into a plank. It's not going to be the biggest plank because we're going to be coming to plank, and then we're going to be pulling our belly button in and shifting back to pike, and then I want you to sink the heels down to get the stretch. So if the stretch is not happening, just scoop the hands in a touch, sink the heels down, lift up and over like you're going to fall over your fingertips in plank, and then back into pike. And again, like I said, short routine just to get some movements going. We'll add on some longer routine in the other videos and some more exercises. And then stretch, and then pedal it out because that just feels so good. Calves, hamstrings, a little bit into the hips, side to side, nice and easy. Do what you can, and then resting those knees down. We're going to go into a cat-cow. You're going to inhale. I'll turn this way. And then just because the light coming in, we're going to inhale. And then exhale around the spine. And again, inhale. Opening that up. And then exhale around. And then bringing yourself back. You're going to go right onto your side. And then you're going to take both hands out in front. I have my legs up into kind of a right angle fetal position. Now you're going to take big circles. So important, especially in volleyball, having some shoulder mobility, having some upper thoracic, some back mobility, circling around, especially if you're going to be hitting the ball. You want to be able to make sure you've got some flexibility here or mobility here in the shoulders. Reverse, so open it out, really stretch here. It feels so good on my back, my chest, my shoulder, and then I'm bringing the arm back around. Even if you've been sitting if you're older, at a desk working, or if you're younger, sitting at a desk or computer doing homework, we can kind of get hunched forward. The front body can get tight, texting on those cell phones, and then hang out here. So this is a really good one to do, to just open it all up at the end of the day. Good. One more breath. And then thread that needle, bring it back. I'm going to flip to the other side. You could just flip over. We're going to lay facing the other direction. So tuck the knees up, arms are out. Big circle around. That feels so good. Stretching the back, the shoulder, the chest, that pec muscle. Around. We got one more that direction, and then we're going to reverse. Around. And then bring it back. Now you're going to reverse. Take it other way. Open, big circle. And then bring it back. And again, open, big circle. And bring it back one more, open, and then hang out there and just really let it stretch. Try to lay those fingertips down onto the ground, opening. Maybe that shoulder can go all the way down. And then bringing yourself back. So now we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to go into a pigeon, which is going to be good for our hip flexibility. There is modifications to this, but we're going to try the pigeon. Hopefully no major knee injuries. That's where we would want to do a figure 4. I am on the tighter side because I've not been doing my pigeons lately. So you're going to sink into the stretch. And pigeon's always been harder for me. I run tighter in my hips, so it's always a good one for me to do. It feels great in the hip without hurting my knee. So if it's hurting your knee, just bring the foot back a little bit. If it's not, try to square off that ankle and knee. And then we're going to do a nice fold into the stretch. And then a nice back bend up, opening that chest. And again, fold into the stretch. And then back bend up and hold. And we're just going to breathe here for a moment. If you want to keep the hands down, or if you want to lower down to the forearms, just taking a nice deep breath into that. And exhale. One more. And exhale. And then we're going to gently rest our hip down. We're going to keep this knee bent and this leg straight out. So I do prefer active stretches most of the time, but then sometimes some of these slower passive holds are nice as well. I'm side bending over to really open up my waist, my lat, into that stretch, and then reaching up to the sky. Now both hands are going to go up and over. Just go to where you can. Maybe it's not as far. Maybe you can grab the foot. Whatever you can do, fold into it. I'm going to connect my knee a little bit more because I wasn't showing that very good. Fold into that stretch. And now right here, try to open your chest up. So you can see I'm a little tight in that back and hamstring. So I'm going to open my chest. Maybe your hands are down, and maybe you can hold your foot and open your chest. Just do whatever you can to feel like you're trying to reach that chest out over your toe. Good. And then I'm going to swing it around. We're going to go pigeon other side. Or actually, yeah, I can show it this way so you can get a different angle. Bring that ankle in line with your knee forward. So now you can see the other side of my pigeon. So being mindful of my knee, feeling the stretch in the hip. You can always wedge a block, a towel, a blanket if you need some support. Holding that there. Oh, feels good in my hip. We're going to do a couple of ripples through that spine. I'm folding into that. And then opening the chest up to the sky. I want you to keep going through that. I'm just going to show the modification in case you're confused on figure 4. Figure 4 would be right here. And you can hold that stretch, and that gets into that hip muscle as well. So we're going to take 3 more breaths. And then we're just going to be folding into that with our forearms down, taking a little sustained hold or little sustained hold here for a moment. And then once we're doing that, we're going to sit the hips down, spin yourself around, bringing that foot to the thigh. Take a nice side bend over, whether you both hands, you hold here. Stretch to the side, the waist, the lat, and then reach the arms up, and you're going to take a forward fold, trying to dive that head down into the leg. Keep reaching that knee to the ground, holding this stretch as well. So besides my hamstring, I'm actually getting a nice little stretch in my back. And now I'm going to open my chest, whether your hands are down, whether you're reaching, just opening your chest for 3, 2, 1, holding that there, and then rest. Spin back around. Now a little stretch for the toes, so flex the feet. It's so important to keep the feet flexible as well. So I'm sitting my butt back. Sometimes that's too painful. We're too tight right here. If not, really put that pressure like you're trying to rest onto the ball of your foot. I feel a little more stretch in my right side because I am tighter on that side. So you might notice some differences one foot to the other. You're just going to hold that there for a moment. Take one more deep breath. So this is just a little bit of mobility. There's a lot more we can do, and I'll make some more videos on. And then there's a lot of smaller strength exercises, bigger strength exercises, a lot of good things for posture and firing up other muscles. So I'll add those later, but this is just kind of something super quick and easy to get you started. Release the toes when you're done. Last thing you're going to do, just reaching down through the arms, put a little bit of tension. You're going to reach the neck to one side, circle it all the way around to the other side. If it feels okay, take it all the way back. Now go other way, hair in my face, all the way back, reaching some tension through the arms, circling it around all the way. Bring it back, stack one hand over the other behind your back, and then lift the chin to the sky. Tuck the chin into your chest as hard as you can, so you're actually putting some work into it. Lift. And one more tuck. And then take those hands. Last thing, I said that already, interlace your hands behind your back and just try to open up your chest. We're just going to take it here. There's a couple more advanced places you can take this. But I want you to imagine there's a walnut between your palms. You're cracking the walnut by squeezing it, not rounding forward. Opening the chest, reaching the arms back, and feel that chest lifting as you lift the arms as high as you can, just taking it there for 3, 2, 1, and good. Remember to repeat this, hopefully a few days in a row to feel different. And then I will make another video for some more stuff. And enjoy.